Welcome to FEET.Teaching. I will introduce the modal verbs. They are part of the larger category called supplementary verbs, which are verbs that cannot be used on their own. They need to be together with another main verb. The following words are modal verbs: can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, would. They are modal auxiliary verbs that provide additional information about the verb that follows it. Modal verbs are used to express ability, obligation, permission, assumption, probability and possibility, requests and offers, and advice. Each modal verb can have more than one meaning, which depend on the context of the sentence or question. You can go now. Permission. I can play the guitar. Ability. Structure with modal verbs. A modal verb is followed by another verb in the base form, the infinitive without the to, and they are not conjugated. We don't add an s on the third person. See the following structure: subject, modal verb, verb, base form from the infinitive. I can speak English, not I can to speak English. He can speak Spanish, not he can speaks Spanish. She can speak Spanish, not she can't speak Spanish. Modal verbs in negative sentences. Subject, modal verb, not, verb base form of the infinitive. You must not walk on the grass. You must walk on the grass. He cannot speak Arabic. He can't speak Arabic. We should not be late. We shouldn't be late. As you can see in the examples, contractions of the modal verb plus not are normally possible. The negative of can is cannot. Not is joined to can. And the contraction is can't. Modal verbs in questions. Modal verb, subject, verb base form of the infinitive. May I help you? Can I have another piece of cake, please? Would you like to come with us? A list of modal verbs: can, could, may, might, must, should, should, will, would. They will be introduced one by one on the next videos. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Remember to like and share our videos. Bye bye! Welcome to FEET.Teaching. I will introduce the modal verb can, could. Both can and could are modal verbs. In general, could is considered more polite or more formal than can. Can, the three main uses of can are ability, possibility, permission. However, there are some other use of can as you will see. To express ability, can means to be physically able to do something or to know how to do something. Bird can fly. Elephants can't fly. I can speak 2 languages. You can drive as fast as you want on the German motorways. To express a possibility in general, to refers to a theoretical possibility. Note, you don't use can to talk about future possibilities. For this, you would use may or might. I can get cold there at night, so I take a jacket. You know you can win the competition. Well, I think your car can be repaired, but it's not going to be cheap. To offer to do something for others, can is used when you offer to help someone or to do something for them. You don't need to walk home. I can take you there if you like. Can I carry your bags for you? To ask for or give permission, to request something. Can is used to ask for, request permission, or to give permission. Note, can't is used to refuse permission. You can use my umbrella. I don't need it right now. Can I sit in that chair, please? Mary, you can play outside if you like. Can I ask you a question? I can't go to the park. It will still be wet from the rain last night. We can't leave the room until the assignment is completed. Can't. Something that is forbidden or not allowed. We cannot park the car next to this fire hydrant. I can't drive as fast as you want in the city. There are speed limits. I can't smoke in the restaurant. You cannot drive a car without a license. Can't. When you are sure that something isn't true or something is surprising. It can't be dark outside. It's only 4:30 p.m. They can't have landed on the moon. I'm sure it is a hoax. Could. Could is similar to can and often replace can in the past tense. However, not always. To express ability in the past. I could ride a horse when I was younger, but now I can't. She could juggle 8 balls when she was only 10 years old. He could read when he was 3 years old. Polite words used to ask for permission or to request something in the present. Could I please use your bathroom? Could we move on the next topic now, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? I'm busy right now. Could you call me back later? General permission in the past. In high school, we couldn't leave the classroom without a pass. We couldn't go to the concert because his mother wouldn't let him. A suggestion when asked what to do, choices and opportunities. He could try and fix it himself. We could go to the movies if you are interested. Couldn't. Sure that something is untrue. Just like can't, you can. Use couldn't when you are sure that something isn't true or real. That couldn't be my cat mewing outside. It was hit by a car last week. He couldn't have painted that. He has no artistic ability at all. Could plus have plus past participle to express a possibility in the past. To express that something was possible but didn't happen. We were lucky because it could have rained, but it didn't. Why did you do that? You could have broken your leg. Could plus have plus past participle on realized past ability. This is used to say that someone was able to do something, but they did not try to do it. Sometimes this is a form of criticism. She could have married anyone she wanted to. Why did you sit there doing nothing? You could have helped me. Could, a conditional form of can. Would plus can. Same of could. Not would be able to. Can replace could in the following examples. If we had some oranges, I could make you some fresh juice. I could write the letter if you told me what to include. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Remember to like and share our videos. Bye bye. Welcome to FEET.Teaching. I will introduce the modal verb may and might. They are modal verbs. They can normally be interchanged without a significant difference in the meaning. However, might often implies a smaller change of something happening when expressing a possibility. To express future possibility, there is a chance that something is true or that there is a possibility of something happening. Note, might is used more frequently than may in spoken English. It might rain later. It is possible that it will rain. I wouldn't talk to Tim right now, he may still be angry after his team lost. He is very good. In fact, I think he may win the competition. She might be late because of the public transportation strike. To give permission. You may leave the table once you finish your meal. You may take only one brochure. If you have finished the exam, you may leave the room. May not can be used to not give permission or to prohibit someone for doing something. You may not park your car in front of the gate. You may not take more than one brochure. To ask for permission. Note, can is used more frequently than may in spoken English. Thought, may sounds more polite. May I sit next to you? May I borrow your pen? May I use your bathroom, please? Note, might could also be used to request permission, but it sounds very old and is not common. May, to talk about typical occurrences. May is used in the academic or scientific language to refer to things that typically happen in certain situations. Drivers may feel tired if they do not take a break every 2 hours. Adults may find it difficult to sleep if they use technology before going to bed. These tablets may produce serious side effects if not taken in correct dosage. Speculate about past actions. May plus have plus past participle. She is late. I think she may have missed her plane. It may have already been broken before you bought it. What was that noise? It may have been a dog outside our window. To express wishes. May you both live a long and happy life together. May the new year bring you love and happiness. May all your wishes come true. May the force be with you. May as well, might as well. These are expressions can be used to suggest that you will do something because there is nothing better or more interesting to do. There is nothing on TV. I might as well go to bed. At the stadium, our team is losing by 50 points. We may as well go on because they are not going to win. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Remember to like and share our videos. Bye bye. Welcome to FEET.Teaching. I will introduce must as a modal verb. First, to express obligation or duty. This also refers to laws and regulations. I must memorize all of these rules about modal verbs. People must remain seated until the show is over. You must wear a seat belt at all times. 2. To emphasize the necessity of something, humans must have drinking water at least every 2 days. You must give up smoking, it's bad for you. We must have a special permit to camp in the national park. You must study the 2 last chapters before the test. The plants must have light and water to grow. You must drive carefully. 3. Deduction. Show that something is true. We use this when we don't know, but we are certain that is true, based on evidence. Look at all of that snow. It must be really cold outside. The ground was wet this morning. It must have rained last night. Dinosaurs were very big. They must have eaten a lot. It's 5 in the morning and you still haven't gone to the bed. You must be tired. Jack must be home. I heard a noise coming from his room. Expresses positive logical assumptions. Must plus have plus past participle. That must have been my mother calling me last night. Nobody else has my number. He must have won the lottery, win the new house and the car he has just bought. She must have been at home. Her car was there. 5. A strong recommendation. Something that is highly recommended, stronger than using should. We really must get together for dinner sometimes. You must see the new Peter Jackson movie. It's fantastic. The ice cream here is delicious. You must try some. Mustn't. The negative is mustn't, which refers to prohibition, negative obligation. Must, must not. You mustn't use your smartphone while you are driving. You mustn't get on the subway if you haven't paid for the ride. You must not open the gift until it's your birthday. You must not tell to anyone. Must vs F2. Must can be replaced by F2 with a little different in meaning. You have to study. You must study. He has to finish the report by Friday. He must finish the report by Friday. They have to resit the test. They must resit the test. F2 is more informal, while must is mostly used in written orders or instructions. Also, must express obligation imposed by the speaker, while F2 express an external obligation. Teacher, you must complete this essay by Friday. Student, we have to complete this essay by Friday. When we are mentioning someone else's obligations, we use F2. John has to quit smoking. For questions, it is more common to use have to instead of must, which sound very formal. When do you have to finish the report? Does he have to take a blood test? The past tense of must is had to. I had to pay my speeding ticket yesterday. Mustn't vs don't have to. Be careful with the negative of must and have to, where they do have a different meaning. Mustn't is a negative obligation. It's important that you do not do something, while don't have to is an absence of obligation. Mustn't is prohibited. It is not allowed. Don't have to, no obligation. You are not required to do something, especially if you don't want to. You must not drink that. It is forbidden to drink that. It's not allowed. You don't have to drink that. You don't need to drink that, but you can if you want. You mustn't tell John. Do not tell John. You don't have to tell John. You can tell John if you want, but it is not necessary. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Remember to like and share our videos. Bye bye! Welcome to FEET.Teaching. I will introduce should as modal verb. After should, you use the base form of the infinitive. The verb without to. Example, go instead of to go. Should plus verb, base form of infinitive. You should go now. Don't say you should to go now. To give advice, a recommendation or a suggestion. This is to say that it is the right thing to do or the correct thing. Does your tooth still hurt? You should make an appointment with the dentist. I think you should study for the test so that you don't fail. Your hair is too long. You should get a haircut. You really should go to the new restaurant on Main Street. Expresses that the situation is likely in the present. Mary should be at home by now. Give her a call. We should have the letter by now. I sent it a couple of weeks ago. Express that a situation is likely in the future. Prediction. They should win the game because they are a much better team. I posted the check yesterday, so it should arrive this week. It should be fine tomorrow. Express an obligation that is not as strong as must. Sometimes should is used instead of must to make rules, orders, or instructions sound more polite. These may appear more frequently on formal notices or on an information sheet. On hearing the fire alarm, all told guests should leave the room immediately. Passengers should check in at least 2 hours before departure time. You should never lie to your doctor. You should pay more attention in class. You should be at work before 9. All those sentences can have must instead should, making the obligation stronger and less polite. Was expected in the past but didn't happen. Should plus have plus past participle. This expresses the idea that the subject didn't fulfill their obligation in the past or did not act responsibly. You should have given your boss the report yesterday when he asked for it. I should have studied more, but I was too tired. Not fulfilling an obligation. Should plus be plus verb ing. This expresses the idea that the subject is not fulfilling their obligation or is not acting sensibly. You should be wearing your seat belt. The person isn't wearing one right now. We should be studying for the test. We are not studying right now, and we should. Sometimes should is replaced by ought to without a change in meaning. Note that ought to sounds more formal and is used less frequently. You ought to study more. You should study more. He ought to go on. He should go on. They ought to stop doing that. They should stop doing that. Shouldn't. We use shouldn't to advise not to do something, usually because it is bad or wrong to do. You shouldn't throw your litter onto the street. We shouldn't leave without saying goodbye. He shouldn't play with those wires if he doesn't know what he's doing. Are you tired? You shouldn't work so much. You shouldn't talk like that to your grandmother. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Remember to like and share our videos. Bye-bye. Welcome to FEET.Teaching. I will introduce shall as a modal verb. Shall is not used very much nowadays and mostly in formal speech and some legal documents. Originally, shall has used instead of will in first person with I and we. When talking about the future, now almost everyone uses will with all subjects. Nowadays, the most common use of shall in everyday English, although not in American English, is in the questions that serve as offers or suggestions. Shall I or shall we? Suggestions. Notice how each of these can easily be replaced by should. Shall I get a pizza for dinner tonight? Shall we take a taxi home? It's cold. Shall I close the window? Shall we go now? Offers volunteering to do something. That bag looks heavy. Shall I carry it for you? Shall I wait for you? I shall make the arrangements for you. Instruction, asking for or giving. What shall I do with your mail when it arrives? I shall meet you there at 7. You shall not pass, said Gandalf to the Balrog in the Lord of the Rings. Promises. You shall be the first person to know. I promise that you will be the first person. I shall get you a new bike for your birthday. Confirmation. Statements of fact. Notice how each of these can easily be replaced by will. I shall turn 30 next week. We shall know the result of the exam next week. I shall meet you there at 7. Formal writing regulation and rules. This is very formal and normally avoided in speaking English. The passive is most often used in this situation. A record shall be kept of all students arriving late to class. School regulations. Members of the board of directors shall be elected annually. Company regulations. The negative of shall. The negative of shall is shall not, will not. The contraction of shall not is shan't, won't. It is very rare to hear this used nowadays. Thought you may find it written in the older text. I shan't let the children bother you. Shall in question tags. Shall is used in question tag when the main verb is let's. Let's go to the beach, shall we? I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Remember to like and share our videos. Bye bye! Welcome to FEET.Teaching. I will introduce will as a modal verb. We normally use will to speak about the future. It is always combined with another verb. Since will is classified as a modal verb, like can, would, could, should, it was the same characteristic. 1. It doesn't change in the third person, he, she, it. It is always combined with another verb in the base form, without to. We don't use we do in questions or negatives. Examples of will. I will go to the cinema tonight. I will play tennis tomorrow. She will be happy with her exam results. They will take the bus to the south next week. We use will in the following circumstances. 1. For things that we decide to do now, rapid decisions. This is when you make a decision at that moment in a spontaneous way. I'll call a taxi for you. I think we'll go right now. I just decided this right now. Each one. I will have the chicken sandwich, please. 2. When we think or believe something about the future, prediction. This can be based on personal judgment or opinion. The president will not be re-elected at the next election. I think it will rain later, so take an umbrella with you. I think you will find this movie interesting. Notice how you often use I think before the subject plus will. 3. To make an offer, a promise, or a threat. You look tired. I'll finish the dishes for you. I will do my best to help you. If you say anything, I will kill you. I will have it ready by tomorrow. I'll drive you to work if you want. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. Want, the same, will not. 4. For a habit that is a predictable behavior. My daughter will fall asleep as soon as she's put into the bed. 5. You use won't when someone refused to do something. I told him to clean his room, but he won't to do it. She won't listen to anything I say. Negative sentences with will. In the negative, we add not to the end of will and not to the main verb. Will not. Examples. I will not be in the office tomorrow. Correct. I will be not in the office tomorrow. Incorrect. They will not stay here. Correct. They will stay not here. Incorrect. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Remember to like and share our videos. Bye bye. Welcome to FEET.Teaching. I will introduce would as a modal verb. Would is a modal verb. It's often used in the conditional sentences with a clause beginning with if, but it can also be used in the following situations. 1. Use as polite invitation or to offer. Would you like to go to the movies with me tonight? Would you like some more tea? I would be happy to help you with preparation for your exam. When someone asks a question to invite you or offer you something using would, the response can be yes, I would, or no, I wouldn't. Would you like to have a coffee with me? Yes, I would. 2. Describe a prediction, hypothetical situations. It would be nice to have a barbecue. Nobody would believe me if I told them I had seen a UFO. 3. Do not sound impolite when disagreeing with someone. I would like to point out that you need to review those numbers. I wouldn't agree with that. 4. To describe past habits. Before internet, people would send letters to each other. When I was at school, I would get up before everyone else in our house. This is similar to using used to. 5. Future in the past. We use would when we are talking about the past, but we want to talk about something which is in the future at that time, in the past. When I was in Paris last year, I thought I would spend hours sitting at the coffee shops writing my ideas for my novel. She promised she would send a postcard from Peru. I told you it would help us. 6. Wouldn't. To describe a past unwillingness, refusal. He said he wouldn't help us. My son wouldn't eat his food. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Remember to like and share our videos. Bye bye.